these two rays ends up being this naturalistic looking frog species. This is another actually a good example. He looks kind of dumb. And then this is the sonic translation of this, basically, to synthesizer music. So basically the pure sine wave is the sound source, and then the volume, pitch, panning and tempo follow slow gradient changes. So there's no abrupt changes in the parameters, and yeah. I had these rules before I started making the music, so I started making it and I didn't know how it was going to sound, or because I wanted it. It's of course an excuse for me to. The reason why I do it is because I'm forcing myself to make something I wouldn't be able to come up with otherwise, and through improvisation or intuition. So I want to be the slave of this set of rules.
Yeah, you mentioned improvisation, but if you have these clearly defined rules and you have this path, it's amazing that you could be able to find any room for improvisation.
Having done so much work with design and going back and forth between design work and artwork, I've become more and more dependent on the bonds of these limitations, because it gives direction, I think, to the work. It's almost like an explosion. In order to have an explosion, you have to have contained space. And the same energy has more impact in a contained space. So it's a little bit like that. So with the bear music, that was the one I was dreading the most, starting with. But now I've been doing all the music there, and I'm still haven't gotten to the other parts because I like this so much.
Yeah.
So just like you hear here, so it's 12 tones that are struggling to. They basically aim at getting towards quite conventional song structure.
Okay. Yeah.
But since the pitches aren't allowed to go between the notes, like if you play a piano, you would have a ba 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 ba, and in this set of rules, you would have to be like
very gradual, right?
Basically sounding out of tune. So
when you make the hymns for the two other animals,
yeah,
would you play them? I mean, how do you envision that they'll be played on top of this, or
it's probably different combinations. Basically, well, the important thing is to know is also that this will end up as a permanent light box sculpture in the school.
Right.
And this sound will be there in a quite dormant and quiet way. And then once a year it's going to wake up and become sort of an annual ritual of the school. And then in abstract form the whole story will be presented somehow. But basically for the kids it's going to be, suddenly it makes a lot of noise and that's fun.
Well, it's great that a school would allow you to kind of, sort of take over that space and do this, kind of abstracted, oversee all of this, the visuals and the sound together, and then kind of create this ritualistic performance.
Yeah, because I was surprised that they wanted something that's so
involved,
non-Christian, and also just. Quite abstract, because it's about abstraction too.
Right.
And I only presented them with like this image, which is an early version that I did for a poster in a band that I played. Which is the bird, focusing on that.
Yeah.
The second species was the bird race. Show them this and basically these charts, and then that was enough for them to want to do it. And it's going to be installed in a year from now, so we'll see. But hopefully it's probably going to be a record and something like this as well.
Great.
Because as